Hello, welcome. Brand new channel. We're here. Wrestlemania 41 just finished. Night 2 happened a few hours ago. It is 12:25 in the morning, the day after WrestleMania Monday. Raw after Mania is about to happen. That's what I'm trying to say. About to happen in like over 12 hours, but it's fine. I can't sleep, so I decided I'll make a YouTube channel review WrestleMania 41, It was a weird one. It was a weird one. A lot of hype going into it. But at the same time, there was no hype going into it. The build, for the most part, was ass. I'll be honest. You had the triple threat. Both the triple threats. Interesting build. Exciting. Basically, that's it. People were like... My bad. Randy versus KO had a great build. Sadly, we know how that went. Get well soon, Kevin Owens. You are one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. I wish you nothing but health, but great health. I'm just gonna look here at the card. Naomi Jade had a great build. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of disappointed by the match, but it is what it is. I have been entertained by El Grande Americano. Tiffany Charlotte. I was just waiting to see what would happen. Would they just start shooting on each other? That's what I was interested in the most. I'm not gonna lie. But ended up being one of the better matches on night 1. Night 1, ooh. Night 2 builds. Priest Drew, it's fine. I was not one of the people who hated that Drew was going to be going up against Priest. I saw this and was like, yeah, this makes sense. I was actually at Clash at the Castle when Priest beats McIntyre in his home country. Fantastic pay-per-view. I've been lucky. I have attended 2 WWE pay-per-views. WrestleMania 39 here in California, LA, and Clash at the Castle, Scotland, Glasgow. Both, I've been lucky. Listen, I'm gonna be biased. WrestleMania 39, in my opinion, is the greatest of all time. And I don't think this stacks up to it. I think this, half of this card could have got thrown away. And you could have had one really solid night of WrestleMania. But let's just get into it. Starting with night 1. Jey Uso defeating Gunther. How do I feel about this? I saw this coming. I think we all saw this coming. I am a Jey Uso fan. Yeet. Y'all can. I know he's whatever, not the greatest in-ring wrestler of all time, but damn it, he has the mic skills. He put on one of the greatest performances of all time with the Bloodline. Literally one of the greatest character actors of all time in the WWE. And I think he deserves to be rewarded. I think he deserves the world championship for that. I don't think it's going to be a long run. I think Seth Rollins is coming after that title. Probably get it at SummerSlam. But I'm happy he got it. How do I feel about the match, though? I was disappointed in this. I know. Jey Uso, he's not even a good wrestler. Why would you be disappointed? Why would you expect anything good? Damn it, every single one of these matches these guys have had before this have been great, and they were all better than this. This was... I don't even know what this was. What was this? What was that ending? I think it's the ending. I don't know. Like, you look at the Saturday Night Main Event one. That was fantastic. Fantastic. That was like a 4-star match. And then this one, the ending, tap out, Really? But Gunther tapping out, really? And then as quickly as he did, it was disappointing. There's not. What am I gonna say about this match? The right winner. Right winner. Was gonna be honest. Night one, I was at work. I was watching this all at work. The only match I didn't watch at work was the triple threat of night one. Right winner. Crowd seemed into it. It didn't feel like a big moment though when he won, when Jay won, and it probably should have. I saw Steven Larson talking about this. Steve was like, "This story was at its best when it was very heavily reliant on the soap opera bit, and I do agree. He said it needed more soap opera. It did need more soap opera. I needed Jay to be down and out for the count, and Jimmy to come in and be like, "You can do this," and then give him the final push he needed to beat Gunther. I don't know if submission was the right move, regardless. So, at the end of the day, I give Jey Uso versus Gunther 3.25 stars. 3.25 stars. Got the job done. It could have been so much better. All right, and then we go to New Day versus War Raiders. Talk about a snooze fest. 2 stars. This match happened. It exists. Why did they put this on the card? This had no right to be on the card. You should, if you were gonna put the tag team titles on the card, you should have put the goddamn SmackDown Tag Team Championships on the line in a ladder match. Because this had no story. The crowd was dead silent. No one gave a damn about this. And neither did I. 2 stars. It happened. New champions. Whatever. Alright. Jade Cargill defeats Naomi by pinfall. I was really into the story. I think it was great. The crowd didn't care though. I don't know if I was just overrating or more interested in the story than anyone else was, than the general audiences are for some reason, but I was into it. I thought they had a good match. I thought it was good. I thought it was entertaining, but it felt like it wasn't a WrestleMania match. Jade Cargill, that gear, incredible, but girl, you need to zip up more. Your nipple popped out so many times. I don't know how they haven't censored that. I seen Jade nipples so many times though. They just kept popping out. Especially at the end when she won and then she was walking out and like. Anyways, ending of the match was pretty cool when Jade had Naomi in like the, what do they call it? Not powerbomb position, like opposite powerbomb, electric chair position. Threw her up, quickly turns around, hits a powerbomb, sick. Picks her up for Jaded, 1, 2, 3. I thought this was a great match. I was kind of busy at work during this time though, so I'll give it like 3.5 stars. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this one. All right, Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. Talk about another match with just no story. And I think that's why the crowd was dead this entire night. No one cared about anything. I didn't care about this. I wanted Jacob to win, and he did. Thank God. Listen, I love LA Knight. He doesn't do it for me in the ring. He to me, the criticism Jey Uso gets, I think he should also get. But only difference is LA Knight is, I guess, entertaining. He entertains people more. He's not like the film guys. If you're a film guy, Jey Uso's the guy. If you're an LA Knight guy, if you're like a more rock kind of guy, it's LA Knight. I can see why you'd like LA Knight. Yeah, they kind of botched the BFT from the moonsault bit a little bit. LA Knight didn't really get his get Jacob Fatu's head all the way, but other than that, it was a serviceable match. It did its job. It got Jacob over. Am I surprised that there was no interference? I don't know. I thought this would go 50-50. I thought there was a good chance Solo costed Jacob the title, but hey, we got a champion. I'm gonna give this one about 3 stars. 3 stars. Better than the goddamn, yeah, better than New Day. At least these guys have kind of been around each other for a while in the SmackDown division. Boy, SmackDown needs to get going now, ASAP fast. All right, 5. El Grande Americano defeated Rey Fenix. Obviously, Rey Mysterio injured, couldn't compete. Seen people mad that Rey Fenix was on the card just to lose. I'm not. I think if you start booking someone to be an undefeated wrestler, you start backing yourself into a corner and listen, just get his first loss out the way immediately, and he was protected. Okay, he lost he had the steel thing. Grande Americano, whoever could that be, had the steel thing in his mask. He basically broke his leg, and he knocked him out with it. I thought it was entertaining. I've really been enjoying El Grande Americano's storyline. Had to not use my American accent there. I had to try to say it like my people would. But I thought it was entertaining. That one thing that El Grande Americano did, on what was that on the top rope? He like did a moonsault but kept going, and whatever that was, spot of the night, incredible. Wow. Yeah, I changed my mind. Jacob Fatu gets 2.5. El Grande Americano gets 3. It was short. It was a 7-minute match. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Oh boy. I've seen a lot of people hating on this match for some reason. And by for some reason, I mean because Charlotte Flair's in it. This is not a bad match. This is actually a pretty good match. It was a pretty good match. I think people just hate Charlotte, and no matter what she does, no matter how good she is, how good of a match she has, people are going to hate because it's Charlotte. But I hate to break it to you guys, Charlotte, one of the best women's wrestlers of all time. I hated Charlotte for a long time too. It wasn't until like the year she got injured where I started appreciating her. I don't know. I don't really hate wrestlers. I feel like I say that, but there's a wrestler I hate on night 2. I feel like, yeah, once you just learn to let go of all the shit she had to do, like it's not like it's her fault that Vince booked her, shoved her down our throats for like 10 years. It's really not. Like, she was out there to do her job, and she does it damn good. Up to this point, this would have been match of the night. This is a 4-star match. Incredible. The only problem I have with it, really, it could have been better if the build was good. The entire build was horrible, and the only reason I even cared was because I wanted to know if they were going to start shooting on each other, you know? I wanted to know if Charlotte was going to be like, doesn't work for me, brother. And then just, I don't know, just bury Tiffany low key. I was interested in that, but they put on a show and they were like, yeah, okay. They were like, this is ours. And up to that point, they had match of the night. But we all know, what did I say? I said 4 stars. We all know what the match of night one was. And that was the main event. Seth Rollins defeating CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Oh my God. I mean, we all saw it coming. We all saw it coming. Paul Heyman betraying CM Punk. And then betraying Roman Reigns. My tribal chief. To side with Seth Rollins. Cinema. Absolute cinema. Holy shit. Brother, when I say this is one of the best triple threat matches I've ever seen in my entire life, I mean that. It had everything. It was a Roman Reigns match, so it started slow. But it's a Roman Reigns match, so it turned to cinema. And it was worth the slow start. I cannot believe what I witnessed. 5 stars. That bit, CM Punk's entrance. Oh my God, they gave him this fire burns. Oh my God. And then Living Color was there to play Cult of Personality. And incredible. 32 minutes this match was. Incredible. I'm at a loss for words. I'm still starstruck. Not starstruck. In shock. That bit where CM Punk hits Seth Rollins with a GTS, turns around, eats a spear by Roman. Roman starts to get up. Seth hasn't fallen down. Hits a stomp on Reigns. Oh, that's good wrestling. But did I say 5 stars? 5 stars. What I failed to night two. Here we go. Io, Bianca, Ripley, triple threat. I popped so hard when Io retained. I did not expect that at all. I was like, oh yeah, they probably want to keep Bianca's WrestleMania streak alive. They don't. They do not. They don't care. Holy shit, that was incredible. Dude, I gotta sit up for this. When Io Sky was going for the over the moonsault on Rhea Ripley, and Rhea gets both her feet up, and Io lands rib first on Rhea's feet, I was like, oh my God, what is happening? And then Io walks right into a KOD right after that. Oh my God, dude, this was incredible. If you're talking about pure in-ring entertainment, not on any of the story, not any of the cinema, this was better than the men's triple threat the day before. If you're talking about pure in-ring. But if you're talking about storyline wise, doesn't have the moments that the men's does. I'm also giving this women's triple threat 5 stars. Incredible. It was only 14 minutes. Damn, they did a lot in that 14 minutes. And they could have taken 5 minutes out of Logan Paul and AJ Styles and put it into this. Because, wow. Jesus Christ, that was incredible. What else happened in this match? Io winning. I would have bet my house on Bianca winning. I'm telling you right now. I am so happy Io won. I love Bianca. I think these 3 are like the best women wrestlers in the company right now. And damn, EO might be the best. I'll be honest. EO might be the best. But yeah, 5 stars. Watch it if you haven't watched it already. Watch it. Number 2, Drew McIntyre defeats Damian Priest by pinfall. Step down for sure. Entertaining. They were doing some cool stuff. That ending was crazy. That ending was crazy. Hold on, I keep accidentally pressing buttons. So the ending where Drew just pushes Priest as he's doing dang, I forgot what that move's called that the Undertaker used to do. Bisexual Undertaker couldn't get it off though. And he fell through the tables. And then this motherfucker, Drew McIntyre, places him in between the chair they've wedged in the corner and hits a Claymore to pin. That was dope. That was a dope way to end that match. I don't think anything could have followed that triple threat. I'll be honest. Nothing could have done that. But it was good. Entertaining. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, I'll give it 3.25. 3.25 stars out of 5. And now, second best match of the night. Fatal 4-way. And new Intercontinental Champion, Dominic Mysterio. Let's go. He defeats Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Penta by pinfall. This match was only 10 minutes. Damn, they did a lot in those 10 minutes. Okay, so first things first. The storytelling here, good. Oh my god, I popped so hard when Dom finally put Finn in the 619 position. I was ecstatic. I love Finn. Trust me. I love Finn so much. This tattoo? Same guy who did Finn's hand tattoo did this. I love Finn, okay? I went all the way to Slovakia to get this, okay? I think I've finally given up that they will ever give him a push. And it hurts. It hurts a lot. I don't think he'll ever be a world champion again. It's unfortunate. But damn, he did his job here. He's putting Dom over. I'm so excited. Judgment Day is finally coming back to life again after basically a year of nothingness, like, if we're being honest. And God, I'm so excited. Dom, you deserve it all, man. Braun Breaker, he put in the work. Penta, my fellow Mexicano, you're awesome as well. God, these 4 men want to work. I'm not gonna lie. Balor, again, thank you. It's a damn shame you couldn't get another world title in your career. I've finally given up. But I'm Balor Club for life, baby. For life. Don't forget that. Okay. 4.5, I think. 4.5. And then next up, Randy Orton versus a mystery opponent ended up being Joe Hendry. I'm not even gonna rate this match. It was 3 minutes. It was cool to see Joe Hendry. Didn't expect that. I would not have been happy if it was Rusev. I'm not gonna lie. I do not care for Rusev. I think it would have been a waste. I knew Randy had to win whoever he went up against. Kind of weird that he beat Joe Hendry. He's a world champion in TNA. But it's Randy Orton on WrestleMania. He got cocky. They could write it off very easily. Alright. And next match. Ugh. So this is the match that involves the guy that I hate. That I said I didn't hate wrestlers earlier. That was a lie. Logan Paul fucking sucks. I can't stand him. He's not a good wrestler. He's not very entertaining. He's boring on the mic. He just regurgitates the same shit every week. And this match was baffling. I can't believe that this is what they went with. Not that Logan Paul was going to win. Oh yeah, I am baffled by that actually. This whole match was Logan Paul dominates and then he wins Law. What the fuck was that? What the fuck is this? Listen, Logan Paul's a terrible person. Part of me really wanted him to tuck his chin during the Styles Clash. I'm just saying how I feel. Listen. But this match took away like the only thing about Logan Paul that makes him interesting, and that's his in-ring abilities. He did like nothing. There was no high, fast pacedness. It was just slow and boring. Was this the worst match on the card? I know a lot. This for me was when the night took a nosedive. Fuck, I don't want to talk about this piece of shit anymore. 1.5 stars. 1.5 stars. And then we got Lyra and Becky versus Liv Morgan and Raquel, and they become the new women's tag team champions. It's really unfortunate that they did this shit to Bayley. And I couldn't get into the match because of that. I mean, I know what's happening. I know Bayley's about to get... Oh. My bad. My bad, pimp. Let's try that again. I know what's happening. I know Bayley's about to get a massive heel run now from this. She's probably going to beat Lyra for the championship. Then feud with Becky. But it's such a damn shame, you know. She was there all year. She deserved to be on the Mania card. They took away Roxanne. They just dropped the feud. It's annoying. I'm pissed. And I couldn't get into the match because of that. And Bayley, I'm so sorry. That is just the worst. Becky Hogan does it again. This match, give it 2 stars, I guess. And now the main event, John Cena defeated Cody Rhodes. You know, I really hope... Cena's whole thing has been, I'm going to ruin professional wrestling. And I really hope this wasn't on purpose. I hope he fucked up on accident. I hope this match... Listen, I was into this match, but I knew, okay, it's getting slow. I think I was more into it because I just wanted to know if Cena was going to win 17 here, or if he would fail. He won 17. That ending was shit. Listen, let's just get that out the way. That ending was shit. Travis Scott? Why? Why? I didn't need that. You didn't need that. I didn't need that. Why the hell's Travis Scott out here? Travis Scott comes out and he takes a sweet ass time getting into the ring. I'll tell you that. That's what he does. He takes his sweet ass time. And it just... What the hell? It ruined perfectly. That ending sucked. I'm sorry. That John Cena said he's gonna ruin wrestling. He better not put on shit matches on purpose. I don't care if that's his whole thing. It sucks and it's not fun for anyone to just purposefully go out there and say, I'm gonna have a shit match just because it's part of my character. That's not cool, bro. That is not cool. Cena, you're the GOAT. Not really. That's Roman. One's up. No, I can't accept that. Where does Cody go from here? Probably win the title back at Cena's last pay-per-view. Probably win the title back, and then he'll probably drop it to Drew. I'll be honest, I think Drew takes that off of them because I feel like Drew is going to have a massive run soon here. It's been a while since he's held a world title. It's been over a year, even though he held it for 5 minutes. Before that, when was like pandemic time? That's the last time he held a world title before that. So it's time. Cody Rhodes, John Cena, 17 times GOAT. Not really Roman. But yeah, this it just happened. Like boring ass ending to that match. I don't know. The ending kind of ruined it for me. 2.5 stars, maybe. That might be being generous. I don't think it's the worst main event in the history of Mania. We got plenty of stinkers, but nowhere near the best. But that's where we are ending this. I don't even know if y'all can see me. Yeah, you can. Okay, listen. I'm recording on my phone. I don't have a fancy camera. I'm looking at a reflection through my monitor, and I don't see it. It's just all black. So that's why I didn't even know. I was like, did this shit just black out on me? Whatever. WrestleMania 41. It's in the books. I guess we see where we go from here. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See ya when I see ya. Alright, guys. Peace.